Okay, here we go. We are live, and this is just a little impromptu middle of the afternoon sales haul video. And I thought maybe I could just do the video this way. It simplifies the uploading and editing and all of that process. Makes it easier for me actually um, to upload videos to YouTube, and I really enjoy doing it. It just takes me a little less time to do it this way. So thank you. Uh, it's funny. I just texted my husband and said I'm going live, and don't call me because he'll call me at at the most inopportune times. But he's like, I'll never call you. So oh, that's funny. We've got Thrifty Paper Garden with us and Linda with Linda's Rocky Mountain Finds. And so I went to the thrift store this morning, and there is a small Mennonite thrift store that's kind of out in the country that I love. Great prices. Sometimes they have the craziest um, the craziest stuff, that just a wide range of stuff, and they're usually really moderately priced. I can always find some good stuff there. So they operate mostly on volunteers. So I think there's a manager and two assistant managers that are actually paid employees, but I think everyone else is a volunteer. So all of the people that process items and clean them and price, put them out on the floor, and the cashiers, like everybody's a volunteer. And I shop there once or twice a week usually. So I thought, let's give a little bit back since they really support my business. I thought I'll just go there and volunteer for a couple of hours, and I really actually have fun while I'm doing it. Plus, they are very liberal in if you find something you want to buy while you're volunteering, just put it to the side somewhere, as long as it's priced, and um, you can go ahead and buy it when you're done. So I was able to find a few items out on the floor while I was just straightening up, and I'll show you those. And then I was doing some Plush. I was like sanitizing some Plush and putting uh, the prices on those so I could put them out. And there were a couple of things that I wanted that weren't priced. So I went to one of the managers and said, I really want to buy these. But they're not priced. So they just gave me a price and said, put this price on them. And so I did that, and I bought them. And I don't know if I ever overpaid or not. You'll have to tell me, because I haven't looked them up yet. But let's get started. And the first thing actually that I got is not, this is not something I thrifted today. This actually showed up yesterday at my door, and um, this is a Amazon return. It was not purchased, but it expired. I think it expired a long time ago, so I don't know why it hadn't been sent back sooner than that. But anyway, so the candy's not really any good in it, but it is a um, Jeffrey from Toys R Us gumball machine. So I thought that was kind of cool. Probably have to take the candy out before I can sell it, though. Nancy is here. Hey, Nancy, how are you doing, girl? Let's see. I did buy a couple of personal items. If you guys could just bear with me while I pull those out. And one of them is this book. Phoenix's first word was book. He loves books, and I love these little electronic books. I buy them for him every time I see them. This is a little bit bigger of one, 50 cents as is, and it probably just needs batteries, and I think it takes maybe a watch size battery, which I have. So we'll test that and see if it works. So you know how I feel about wallpaper border. Um, I like to sell it. This is probably one of the ugliest patterns that I've seen recently. This kind of stylized cactus and saguaro southwestern pattern. And I'm sorry, the light, I'm dealing with a new light situation, and it's kind of making me look a little anemic. But yeah, so it's got the Southwestern colors. I actually have two of these. I paid 50 cents each for these. They retail for $8.99, but I don't know that they make them anymore. I'll probably try to get $19.99 shipped on these. I got these 4 placemats for 50 cents each. And I thought they were really cute, kind of country deal. Maroon on the back. I got those for my sister, actually. So I hope she enjoys those. I bought a Presto Tater Twister instead of a salad shooter. And basically this is a machine that makes curly fries, and I guess it would make other curly vegetables. I just think there aren't enough curly vegetables, don't you think? Let's see. But anyway, I paid $3 for this. It's used, but it's in good condition. I can sell it like this for about $25 plus shipping. If it's not complete, because it says it's complete, or it says it works, but if it's not complete or something, I'll part this out, and I think I'll do just as fine with it. But that's $3 for that. So these are the Plush, which is funny because the manager there, I don't know, he's probably 32. You know, he's young. I don't know how old he is, but I said, you know, where can I get some Plush? The Plush is, you know, needs to be stocked on the shelves. And he's like, what's Plush? And I'm like, oh, stuffed animals, maybe? I forgot that that's more like an eBay kind of term than just a 32. Yeah, he's a baby for sure, Linda. But anyway, let me catch up with the chat here real quick. Let's see. Nancy's doing 15 loads of laundry. And that's not a typo, she says. You totally have me looking for that stuff now. Never thought about it until I heard you mention it. The wallpaper border, I'm sure. Southwestern is good no matter what. It's true. Just about everything that I've ever bought that is Southwestern, even if I think it's incredibly tacky, and it's not really that it's tacky, it's just not my style, has sold. Thrifty Paper Garden says she's been doing well selling holiday placemats, which is something I wouldn't have even thought to pick up. Plush, my family says the same to me. Yeah, you're absolutely right. Plush. I know we say plush. We use the keyword plush, but other people don't know what that is. So these are the things that I paid for. These are the pink dogs, and I don't know if they're Victoria's Secret. I don't know if I overpaid for these. They're the 3 different prints of the big ones, and then this little tiny one, and I paid $3.50 for all of them. Again, I may have overpaid. I don't even know if there's really a market, but I just know that pink stuff can be popular. So if you guys know, put something in the chat and let me know. Did I do good, or, you know, am I going to be giving these to the kids or something? Thrifty Paper Garden says Victoria's Secret dogs are hit and miss. So might be a hit, might be a miss, might be a lot that sells for $15 or something. Who knows? So while I was in the store, I took a picture of this and I sent it to my girls and said, should I buy this or not? Because I'm not really sure. This is a framed wedding picture, and it is matte. It's not glossy paper. It's very matte and very thinnish kind of paper, from a 1920s wedding, and it does have some damage right here. There is a crack in it, like a tear in it, but I mean, this looks like a vintage frame, and I mean, it's not perfect by any means. I probably should tape it in correctly, but anyway, I paid $2.50 for this, and I'm hoping I don't know what I'm hoping for, but I just love this and I just wanted to buy it. You know, you ever feel like that? Because I have those issues. But yeah, $2.50. Maybe I can get 20 out of it. I don't know. It might go up at auction and see what happens. It's a nice big print though. No glass in the frame, however. So they had a lot of parts. You know how I love parts. This lid was on this blender, but it does not go with this blender. It doesn't fit. But this is an ultimate blender blender jar. It's plastic, and I think it goes with some kind of food processor system. I'm not really sure, but I paid $1 for this, and I think I can get about 20 out of it. I didn't look this up. I didn't look anything up, really. This is a Braun coffee carafe that I paid 50 cents for. I hope I can get it. About 15%. 15%. I don't know what that means. 15 bucks for that. And this just happens to be an Oster food chopper blender or something jar. Excuse me. But it almost acts like this blade, like there's something strange in the neighborhood. This doesn't want to seem to seat correctly on here. And I don't know anything about, dang it, I don't know anything about this particular blender. And I may sell it independent of all its pieces anyway. I may take as much of it as apart as I can and sell it separately. But I paid $1 for the lid, the bowl, and the chopper blade, the S blade, these are sometimes called. And I mean, for a food processor S blade, they can go between $12.99 and $25.99, $24.99. I've seen that quite frequently. So maybe this is a $12.99 blade. And even if it is $12.99 shipped, this was only $1. I bet I can get maybe $8 for that lid, maybe 12, 15 for this bowl. I did not look this up. I was willing to just plow through the listings or the store just so I could gather the stuff for $1. So I think I'll do fine with that. I'm not worried about it at all. This is also an Oster blender blade set. It looks kind of older. I'll have to look it up and figure what Oster blender it goes to. I paid 50 cents for this. I may be able to get 10 or 12 bucks for it. And maybe nothing. I mean, that's the risk when you don't research. Maybe nothing. Let's see. Let's check the chat real quick. Let's see. Thrifty Paper Garden says, love the photo. I display antique photos of strangers. Linda says, looks like the dogs do pretty well in lots and certain ones do okay as singles, so you should be fine at $3.50. Kath Palmer is here and says, the evening from Carlisle in the UK. Good evening, Kath, because I know it's probably either after 10 or after 11 there. Let's see. Okay, let's put this away. You know, don't be afraid to venture outside what you're comfortable with, because I mean, I'm really getting into parts. There's a part of me that wants to have just a parts store and I just sell like appliance parts and electronics parts and all of that, because there's money to be made there. This is a Cuisinart blender jar. It is a glass one. I think I just sold one very similar to this for $22, something like that. Oh, it's only $9.15 in It's only 9:15 in Carlisle. Maybe with the time change. Daylight savings changed the hour a couple of weeks ago. Oh, so it's relatively early there. My old pal, Stephanie Truby, is in the chat. Stephanie Truby and I and her husband worked at Garden Ridge about 150 years ago, back when I lived in Kentucky, and we used to have the best time. I mean, she's a hoot. Her husband is a hoot. Stephanie is going through this. Stephanie is going through this, like this huge weight loss transformation. She posts all the time about going to the gym. I mean, she's so committed. I'm so proud of her. But you guys welcome her, because I don't know that she's ever actually been on one of the live shows and been in the chat. So thank you, Stephanie, for being here, and congratulations on the huge strides that you have made in your weight loss journey. Linda says, excuse Sarah, she can't math off the top of her head very well. I don't math. I have Nancy for mathing. If I need mathing, Nancy's my mather. Melissa Heiser, I don't catch you live very often. I work full time, but I love your show. Thank you for all you do. Hey, Melissa, I'm so glad that you were able to make it to a live show. I didn't know how this would do, just like spur of the moment in the afternoon, because I never know what I'm going to be doing anyway. But this is a Cuisinart blender jar. You know, when you buy these, keep in mind, you can sell a lid separate, you can sell the blades separate, you can sell the jar separate. Sometimes I get lazy and I just sell it all as one component. I think that makes it a little more desirable. I may leave a little money on the table, but you know, just depends. It depends on how well those other pieces do. So that's what I've got there. Oh, another, here's another. This is funny. This is another wallpaper border that I picked up, and I love this subject matter. It is birdhouses and gardening. So really cute. I'm sorry it's got the stickers all over it. It's funny because somebody bought this at a thrift store and redonated it without opening it. And then I bought it for 50 cents at my thrift store. So I'll probably try to get, you know, $12.99 shipped on this. And I bought these cool ornaments. Look how cute these are. I think I paid 50 cents for these. Check this out. Isn't that pretty? These are plastic. I wasn't sure, but they're really pretty. They'll look good on my sister's tree. Heather Twig is here. Hi, enjoy your videos. Thanks for sharing. Hey, thanks and welcome. I'm glad that you're here. That's a new name I haven't seen. I don't remember, I don't think, in my chat before. Kath Palmer says she's a night owl anyway, which is why she gets to watch a lot of videos from the US. Well, I guess that works out for you then. Works out for me too, so I'm glad you're here. So I bought this for my sister. I don't know. I was just feeling very sister. Her birthday's coming up in a couple of weeks, and she'll be 60. So I guess maybe I'm just pre-buying Christmas presents. But look at this cool apron, do-it-yourself sewy thing. And this I think is probably the apron strings, but there's two of them. And I think that she will actually like this, and she is a sewer. So she might enjoy doing this. I'll go ahead and give it to her, and that way she could honestly make one for herself if she wants to, and give one as a, see what I did there? Can you knock down a wall? I don't know if you can. That's pretty freaking amazing. So I don't know what you guys like about watching a hot mess live, but hey, take some kind of special person. There we go. It's like nothing ever happened. Nothing to see here. Okay. Got this Pandora bag, little tote bag, little vinyl. Kind of cute actually. For $1. I'll probably try and get about 12 12 or 15 shipped on it. I paid $1 for that. Isn't that cute? And I didn't see any like this in the listed items or the sold items. So that might make that a little more desirable, or maybe not desirable at all. This is a brand new, I love brand new, Black & Decker steamer. It's got all the goodies here. Looks like it's probably been in a box in a closet for a long time, but everything is here. And I paid $5 for this. So interestingly enough, these were in that box as well. And I know these look like cobras, and they're not. They're just cords. They're not actual snakes. But these look like, this looks like a replacement cord for, you know, your stereo boom boxes, that kind of thing, electronic kind of thing, which could come in handy when I buy a boom box that doesn't have a cord with it. And oh, Melissa Heiser, if only you know what a hot mess I really am. It doesn't all translate on video. But the other thing looks like this vintage kind of coffee maker plug, and I'll do some research on that. This by itself, made in Japan. Nice. This by itself may be 10, 15 bucks right here. And I didn't pay anything for it. It was just down in this box that I didn't even realize it. So, the last thing that I bought today, pick up my dogs here. Last thing I bought today was this guy. And keep an eye out for this guy. Let me catch up with the chat real quick. Linda said, yikes. Yeah, yikes is pretty much the story of my life. Thrifty Paper Garden wants to know, does your sister mind that you just told her age to the world? Well, I don't think my sister watches my channels, so I don't have to worry so much about her knowing. But I don't think she'd mind anyway. She's kind of loud and proud about who she is. So, yeah, Melissa Heiser says, you make me happy knowing I'm not the only hot mess in the eBay reseller world. And yeah, I know. I feel your pain. Anyway, keep your eye out for these. Now, fortunately, the thrift store that I bought this one at tests them. So this is marked as works. I paid $3 for this. This is not one of the super duper duper high dollar models. This is a smaller lamp. This is probably 1950s, I'm guessing from the design. I love the way that this looks. It does have some condition issues. It hasn't been well loved. I'm going to clean this up good and list it, and I'm going to try and get about $30 for it. Now, that being said, there are older and bigger models, like the 1930s ones, where it was like a nightmare because there was, you know, this wire wasn't here. You could just imagine your whole hand going into the fan. It's scary how little protection there was against the fan. But those models, I have seen those go for up to $400. Now, some of those bigger ones will be a little more challenging to ship, but I think for that kind of profit margin, I'd do it. You know I would. I'll do it. Oh, Don Abraham says $49.99 is what he thinks. And maybe I will. Maybe I'll go that high because I've been running sales daily for the last week or so. So maybe I will, and you know, I'll take a little bit of a markdown. But I love this. I mean, that whole mid-century thing is so popular now. Cleaned up. This will be really nice in somebody's you know, office or a living room, wherever you might put it. I bought two other things the other day that I haven't figured out what I will do with them, but I thought I'd show them to you anyway. And look at these. Aren't these cute? These are made by Batat. Batat makes Our Generation for Target. And this is the refrigerator. I paid $5.99 for it. There's a little condition issue on the top, but I think I might try to repair that with some paint. And here is the other portion of the kitchen. I also paid $5.99 for this. And this is just a darling little setup. I mean, even like the drawers actually come out. It's really cute. Little oven opens. These doors open. Just a cute set. This Our Generation, in case you don't know, is Target's answer to the American Girl dolls. So they make a doll that looks similar. It's a lot less expensive, and it isn't a Target exclusive. So this is furniture for those dolls. And I think I probably will just clean these up. And I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to do them local or what I'm going to do with those. But I paid $5.99 each. I'll have to figure out, am I selling them separate or together? They're a little heavy, so they're going to be expensive to ship. So I'll play around with that and see. But I honestly said, I don't know what I'm going to do with this, but I'm buying it because I don't want anybody else to have it. Nobody else gets it. Which makes me wish sometimes that out of my 8 grandkids, there were more girls. There's only one, and she's 10 and a half. So I don't know if she's beyond this or not. But anyway, let's catch up with the chat. Thrifty Paper Garden says, was at a garage sale this summer with numerous vintage fans, and you passed them up. I was a scaredy cat. I get that. I mean, you know, they may or may not work. Those older fans may need to be rewired. Obviously, if you're not willing to do that yourself, and I wouldn't be, because I don't want the liability of that. You could sell them for parts only. You probably would still do okay if they're reasonably priced when you purchase them. I mean, I understand being a scaredy cat. Stephanie Truby says that's adorable. I love these. I mean, they're so cute. So I can't wait to figure out what I'm going to do. I hope that you guys are seeing some sales. I'm hoping that sales have kind of picked up for you, and that you know, you're successful in your business and you're pushing towards your goals. You know, the end of the year will be here before you know it, and you know, it'll be time to make those 2018 goals. Can you believe that? I'm not going to hit my 2017 goals. And there are a couple of reasons, and I'm aware of them. One of them was, for a couple of months, I was lazy. I just wasn't giving it my all. But we weren't seeing a lot of sales. Like, there were a few months where the sales just weren't there. And that can really dampen your spirits. The second reason is that there were several off months. And the third reason is I set too lofty of a goal. I don't know that I don't know if I can hit that goal next year, but I'm certainly going to try. And right now I'm just trying to I don't know. All right, Linda's going to set me a goal for the end of the year for my number of items listed. I am at about 680 right now. So, Linda, tell me how many I can get by the end of the year. That'll be kind of interesting if somebody else was setting your goals for you, wouldn't it? Like a corporation, or because they do set your goals for you. So it'll be interesting to have somebody else set my goals for me and see if I can attain them. I almost will find myself more accountable because I gotta beat it. You know what I mean? So Linda says I got to get 800 by the end of the year. And keep in mind, that's not me listing 120 items and I'm done, because I will sell, you know, 100 items or 120 items. So that means I've got to list, let's say 250 items by the end of the year. And that can be an arduous task, because that means I have to source 150 or 250 items. And, Yeah, this she says that you'll be selling a lot. Yeah, the sales are going to go up. So got to source 250 more items and uh, photograph and list 250 more items, all the while keeping up a YouTube channel, running a household, and shipping everything that will go out. So I think that that is an interesting thing to do. Get somebody else that knows what you do to set the goal for you and see if you can attain it. I'm kind of excited by this because now I have, like, I got to do it. It's almost like a dare, you know. Not that you would, not that you would just, you know, do a dare just because somebody said do a dare, right? You wouldn't do that. If everybody else was jumping off a bridge, you wouldn't jump off a bridge, would you? I don't know. Sign me up. Let's see. But yeah, that's all the stuff that I bought today. I've had 2 sales, one for an alarm clock and one from that garlic press from the last video. I sold that garlic press that I paid 35 cents for $11.61. And that's that is not the I mean, that's not the home run that's gonna buy the yacht, but every dollar like that counts. And it was a real easy list, a couple of pictures, really fast listing, and it sold within days. So Linda says, I dare you to run naked across the street and back. Now listen, I just can't handle my phone getting clogged up with complaints. And also that's an arrestable offense. So let's not do anything illegal. She's like, oh, wait, that's the type of dare we do at drunk parties. Yes. Can you list in jail or the loony bin? Well, I don't know. Some of these progressive jails do have internet access. So I suppose if you had somebody else take the pictures for you and upload them, you could technically list in jail. The loony bin, you might list in your head, but it may not go anywhere. But anyway, this is going to be kind of short and sweet just because those are all of the things that I bought. I have some stuff listed on social media that I'm hoping will sell. And I'm going to try and get this stuff listed so that I can move on to the challenge of 800. So that being said, is there anything else from the live chat that we need to address, or is there anything that we need to talk about, or have you sold anything just fantastic lately that you can share? I would love to hear about it. Because if not, I can go back to listing and stuff and such. All right. All right, so I don't see anything coming across. I appreciate every single one of you for being here and tuning in, supporting me, and making me laugh and being a part of my day. Thank you so much. It helps me continue to do videos and to be active in the reseller community. Thrifty Paper Garden just posted, I sold a $5 vintage train set for $200. Doesn't that feel awesome? It feels so good. But then, like, for 30 days or however long your retail policy is, your return policy is, you're kind of pensive. You're kind of afraid to spend that money. But it does feel really good when you find those low dollar or even medium dollar finds that turn into big money. It feels really good. You guys make sure 13 pounds shipped. Not bad. You guys make sure that you check out other resellers' channels. I know that you can find Linda over at Linda's Rocky Mountain Finds. She does a mix of hard goods and clothing. And also, I wanted to mention somebody else. Oh, Stephanie, if you want me to give a shout out to your Etsy store, would you mind putting that in the chat? Because I know that you recently, changed the name of your Facebook page, so I'm not sure if you had changed the name of your Etsy store as well. But Stephanie does hand crocheted goods, really cool fairy hats. I don't think she's doing the goat soaps or anything like that. But she does some really, really cool crafty things, things that I can't do. I have to buy other people's junk and resell it because I don't have those kinds of talents. But either she's not here anymore or she has stepped away. But I will find that information so you can kind of go and look at her store for um, maybe some crafty gifts for this coming season. So anyway, that being said, keep in mind that the dream works when you do. So keep dreaming and keep working, and I'll see you the next time.